welcome back to the channel. Today there is going to be a tutorial on my hair bonnet, the one that I have on. It looks beautiful. Then I add a little twist to it like the bow. So the things that you need to do the hair bonnet is you need a tape measure, you need a matching thread, and you need your elastic. You can have 1 inch. I have half an inch, but you can have 1 inch. You can have 1.5 inch or 2 inches. You can have half an inch as well. Then my tailor's chalk. You have your scissors and a lining. Because my hair bonnet is reversible, so you can use a silk lining. Then I have my African print, but the African print is optional. You can use any type of fabric which you want. Then I have my pins. I have my safety pin, which I'm going to use in with the elastic to put in the casing. Then I have my brooch pin. Then I have my iron for ironing. So first of all, this you can use just a piece of a fabric. So this is the fabric that I have. Then I fold it into 2. Then fold it again into 4, like that. I'm going to iron it to straighten all the lines in it. Like you fold it just like the way you're making a circular skirt. To straighten all the lines in. Then first you need to measure the circumference of your head, and the lady I'm doing this for, her circumference is 22. So that's what I'm going to cut here, 22 of the circumference. But how I normally always does it, the 22, I take about, let's say, 2 inches off it, then it's 20 inches. So I'll measure from here to here. It's 10 inches, but I'll add half an inch to it for sewing allowance. So I mark it. Then I mark all through 10.5, 10.5, 10.5. Oh, so after marking the 10.5, join all the lines. Then cut it. So that's your circular shape that you have. Then you use the same pattern to cut the lining. So it's the same folding. If you have one yard of a fabric or 1 meter of a fabric, you fold it into 2. Then you fold it back into this shape. And because it is silk, and because you are cutting it on bias as well, it stretches. So most of the time I don't cut 10.5 the way I did cut this. I will only cut about 10 inches, because silk, when you cut it on bias, anything that you cut on bias, it stretches. Then I will iron it a bit as well to give me the folded lines. Then I put it on to trace it, but I'm going to cut half an inch less. So I'll pull it up a bit like that. Then I cut it the same way. So after that, I will open it right sides together. So you check your fabric and see which side is the right side. That is the right side of mine. And I open the right side of the lining. Because it is reversible, that's why I'm using the silk fabric. And that's the right side of the silk. And that's the wrong side. So I'm going to match. Measure a space anywhere that you want. Measure 2 inches. And use a pin to secure it. Then you stitch around it 1/4 of an inch. So I'll come back and show you how I've stitched it. So after stitching your 1/4 of an inch on the whole circle on the fabric, you have to clip all the edges so that you can turn the circle well. And if you have excess, I forgot to mention, you need a sewing machine as well. I forgot to mention that, sorry. And you need to clip all the circles to help you turn your fabric. So the 2 inches that you left here, when you are sewing, you backstitch before you sew, and when you get here, you backstitch as well. So you turn all your fabric through the 2 inches. I normally turn mine bit by bit before the stitches at the ends comes out. Straighten all the edges. It is reversible, so she can use the African print and she can use the silk as well. You need to straighten all the edges. So where you left the 2 inches, you can fold it in this way, then iron on it. Okay, that looks nice now. So where the 2 inches is, you have to remember to secure it with a pin. In the next stages, because I know how where 1 inch is, we are going to stitch all round 1 inch. Then that's when we are going to put our elastic in it, our casing. So now we are going to create a casing. So I'm going to stitch 1 inch all round, and I'm going to show you how you stitch it. Then you come back and put the casing in. Our bonnet is nearly done. It's looking beautiful now. So we'll go and stitch it, but I'll show you on the sewing machine how to stitch it. Alright, so now we are going to stitch 1 inch all round the bonnet. And for your elastic, because I did this 20 inches, I did cut the elastic 18 inches. That's what we are going to put inside so that it can fit on your head. So I'm going to stitch 1 inch all round. Start back stitch. It doesn't matter where at the back of that. Because I have 2 colors of top, so I have the color thread here and have a blue thread here. You can use pins to secure yours if you are not confident in sewing it just like the way I am doing it. Don't worry if the lines are not equal. You put your safety pin in your elastic like this. Then where you left the 2 inches back, you put your elastic in it. Anytime you are pulling the elastic, when you get to the end, you need to secure it with a pin before it pulls out. Alright. So after putting it in, you can see the 2 of them are here. Then you take this out. Then you put the ends together. If you are using a zigzag machine, you can use it, you can sew it zigzag. But because the industrial machine is not a zigzag machine, I will stitch it just about quarter of an inch at the tip of the elastic, but I'll sew it several times to secure it from pulling up. Then I push it in. Then at the tip of it, where the 2 inches is, you can use your hand to do slip stitch, or you can stitch it. You secure. You need to try to push the edges in, then the edges doesn't fray. Then when you get to the end, you secure as well. So that's the bonnet done. You can wear it this way, or if you want the bow just like the way I have on my hair, I will show you how to do the bow as well. But that is how the bonnet is done. It's beautiful. So you can wear some African print. You can use the silk as well. You can do it for yourself. You can do it for your daughter as well. I'll show you how I did the bow as well. Alright, so this is how the bow is. So I did cut 8 inches by 8 inches, or you can cut 8 inches by 10 inches. Then you fold into 2 and stitch the ends and turn it this way. And for the little strap in the middle, which is going to create the gardens in the middle, I did cut 2 inches by 3.5 inches. Then I did fold half an inch here, and folded it together. So this is how I'm going to do the bow. I'm going to create like a pleat in the middle of it. Then I use this to hold it. And it's a bit longer, so I'll cut a bit off and fold this in and fold this on. And I have my brooch pin. If you don't have any brooch pin, you can use a safety pin as well. So work out really well. Then you have it this way. So I'm going to hand stitch it. So the bow is done with a brooch at the back of it. Then anywhere you want to put it. And have it on like that. If you want it a bit bigger, you can do it a bit bigger. Or if you want to have it here, you can also have it here, and that is how it looks like. So that is your hair bonnet. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and share it to other friends and family as well. Stay safe, and if you like the video,